Okay, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Dennis and this is Life Home and My Linux Journeys, and today we're going to journey into NomadBSD. Now, I've already installed it. You've seen me install it in a virtual box, so I've installed it in this machine and I have done some tweaks here. We'll go down to system. You'll see that here is the installer, and right now I'm running off of a 120 gig SSD in a small enclosure like this. This one has a 240 SSD in it, 240 gig, and this is what we're going to install using Nomad installer on. So let me close out my big camera, open up the small one here. Let's move this out of the way. And this is Mount Drive DSB MD, and if you'll see, this is what it's got. This is the hard drives it's got mounted. This one would be the one that Void Linux is actually installed on. And I put a note. Let's go here, file system. I put a note. Should have been right there. Oh, maybe it's not mounted. Let's find out. Let's mount it. Open it. Huh. Failed to open it for some reason. Alright, so let's cut all that out. So we're going to use this installer, and I've already got some programs installed and got it tweaked a little bit the way I want it, like the NetLoad installer, or the NetLoad manager right here, or plugin. I got the whisker menu, which you don't get. You saw in the last video what you will get. Let's plug this in and see what it's being labeled before we start. Let's see, I'm gonna have to. Okay, we should see it getting mounted right there. Yep. So it's DA1P1. We'll write that down. Alright. Let's look, see here. DA1P1, nothing on it. Alright, let's go find the installer. Click on it. It's going to ask me for my password, root password. When you get that in there, press enter. Alright, this program will install your NomadBSD with its current configuration on a hard disk. Alright, now again, that is the one that's highlighted is the Void Linux install hard drive, and then this would be the new one. I'm going to leave this on UFS. The reason is, if you look on their website, there's a way to actually roll back your system. So if you do something just really crazy and you want to get it back to your default system, you can run a command using this UFS file system. Swap partition, I'm not even going to worry about it. It don't really use swap, but I am going to put my username in here, and I'm not going to auto log in. Alright, so I'm going to hit next here. Here's a summary of what it's going to do, and when I hit commit here, it's going to give me one last chance, but we're going to say install, and I pray this is on the right hard drive. Checking out. Oh, I know what it was. I gotta unmount it. Let's do this. DA1P1. Let's unmount it. There we go. I should have done that. Let's go back to the installer and see if we can get past that. So I'm glad that happened, so you'll know if this works, what to do about it. Saber it. UHS, or UFS, I'm sorry. Going to change the username, and we're not going to auto log in. Here's a summary. Going to say install. That's what it was. So make sure you unmount the device. It's going to mount it. If you tell it to mount automatically, it's going to mount that disk, and you need to unmount it first before you start this. Now, it will get to a point here where it's going to say copying files, and it's copying them over to the new hard drive. And at that point, I've got simple screen recorder running, and it'll just hang right there at like 98% saying it's copying these files. Here it goes now. When that gets up to that high, I will have to stop this recording and then start it as soon as it gets through copying the files. I could actually just stop it right now. It's not going to be any different. It's just going to do this until it gets up to that copying files. Once it copies the files over, I'll bring back simple screen recorder. I don't think I can just get away with pausing it either. So we'll go ahead and close this out or save the recording. Well, actually, let's leave it running until I get to that screen, and we can look in my menu. I do have a couple things actually installed that it should carry over. So if I run inchy, I need to run sudo inchy -M for the machine that we're on. You'll see this is the Dell Optiplex 7010. Now, when you plug into a different system and run this, you'll be able to see if it's actually running on that machine or not. Alright, 14 based on 14.1, and this is where I was telling you, if you upgrade to 14.2, which is out and can be done, this entire plank down here will, all but one item will disappear, and that's the only thing that'll be left there. DSB mixer will not open. DSB mount drives will not open. So, I mean, that's one of the beauties of having this. I'm holding off on doing any upgrades. That's why this is still 14.1, because like I said once before, it'll let you install a program or two, but eventually it's going to say upgrade. And if you do happen to hit Y for yes, confirm the deal or the upgrade, that's when it'll start, and it'll start wiping your stuff out. In fact, Thunar wouldn't open. So I mean, I've tried a few times on some thumb drives just to see if it works right or not. And there's some hitches, glitches. So again, this is going to be part 1 of 2, because I'm going to have to stop it here when it says it's going to hang up around 98%, and it'll just sit there. Reason is because it's got a recording going. So I'm going to wait till it gets past that, and then I'll bring this back up. I'm going to actually close it out, save it. Okay, so I'm back on the new installation. And when I was recording what would have been part 2, when I would have came back after it got through copying all the files, and it started copying config files and etc. until it got finished, and actually to my reboot. Somehow I didn't save that. I lost it. I don't know. I'm sure it was my error. So you can look on the handbook though, and it shows you exactly what it's going to do. So even if you didn't see me do it, it was getting done, and this is a successful install. This kind of is in that part 2. I wonder if I could bring up and just show you real quick. Let's see, make this always on top. Let's see, did I make bookmarks? Nope. NomadBSD. One thing. Handbook. Installation. Key binding. Alright, so here is that installation that I'm missing. Here's where I started there, and I selected UFS and left it at 2 gigs of RAM, and I put in a username. It copied every file over, and the reason I had to stop Simple Screen Recorder again was because that was an active file, and it couldn't copy it over until I stopped. Then when I restarted my Simple Screen Recorder to capture the rest of that, somehow I lost it. just know that when this gets finished, it'll say finished. You click on finish, and it's up to you to go ahead and I actually powered off, pulled out the original USB and plugged in, made sure this new one is plugged in, and that's what I booted to. I'm sorry I missed that. If it's really important, I can do it again and show that. So if you need help on that, just let me know. I'm going to go to part 3 here after the installation. Okay, so we're back on the new hard drive now. I may be able to pull it over in the sight here without disturbing anything. But this is the one that we're running on. I don't know if you can see that light or not. It's right there. It's working. This is what we're running off of now. Alright, so that's a 240 gig SSD. Let me close this out. Open up my new, open up the little camera. Let's run inchy. Clear that. Sudo inchy -m for the machine. And this is still the Optiplex 7010. Alright, so I don't know, did I install? I did not. Alright, let's see. Trying to figure out the best way to do this here. File system, properties. See, 214 gig capacity. That's what I was looking for. And let's see what the system monitor shows as far as now. GNOME system monitor did not show up in the repos yet. It may once I do an upgrade. This is the Mate system monitor, and it works just fine. In fact, it's got one page here that I really like that the other ones don't. Here's the FreeBSD version. There it did. I thought it said NomadBSD, and it does. Processes, file system. Here's our UFS file system. It picks that up. Alright, so resources, we're running 35%, just say 1.6 on the gigs. This is all running out of my memory and that hard drive, that SSD, which is a USB drive, which is going to be only as fast as the front side bus and the USBs and your computer will allow it to be. So we got all the same stuff up here, all my stuff saved. Let's open up the home browser here, go to videos. Now, did I hit record? I did. It should have been right there. Huh. Part 1. Oh, this is the part 3. Okay, hello. So that all works. So we'll be good to go. This is the installation on it. Did I run a screen fetch? I did not. FreeBSD 14.1, and I'm gonna keep trying on a separate drive. I've got a little thumb drive that's not fastest in the world, but it works good enough to install this on and do an upgrade. And when it finally upgrades, don't break that. I'll do another video and let you know it's safe to do your upgrade. Who knows? You might be all right with doing your upgrade, but I definitely was not. That's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you wait a minute. Here was the whole purpose. Let's see. Let's go to file system. And how come it ain't showing me that? Open. It's showing it to me, but there's nothing in it. Huh. Well, that's definitely interesting. For some reason, it's not showing me the files in there. I hope I didn't mess up my void install. I don't think I did. Hope not. I'll let you know if I did. That's going to do it for this video. So that's going to do it for this video. Peace out, guys. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.